Welcome to Navigating Through Life with God, where we explore faith, discover purpose, and tackle life's challenges together. Have you ever felt invisible, like no matter how hard you try, it's never enough? You give your all at work, putting in maximum effort, but instead of being recognized for your dedication, you're told you could have done more. And at home, you give 110% every day. You're there for your kids, your spouse, and your parents, ready to go that extra mile whenever they need you. But instead of a simple thank you, you're met with the same message: you could have done more. In your relationships, you're constantly trying to show how much you care. You go above and beyond, but at the end of the day, all you hear is what you didn't do. And this emotional roller coaster is exhausting. And you think you're doing your best, putting your heart into everything you do, yet the people around you, your family, your friends, your coworkers, don't seem to notice your efforts. Instead, they only focus on what they perceive as lacking. They claim this feedback is for your benefit, but it's slowly chipping away at your self-esteem. And you begin to lose yourself, spiraling in an attempt to make people happy who may not truly value who you are. And it's a draining cycle that leaves you asking, what more could I possibly give? And these moments of frustration and exhaustion start to wear away at your sense of self. And you begin to ask, am I really enough? Is there something wrong with me? Could I have done more? And these lingering questions can push you into a dark place where feelings of depression and anxiety take hold. Desperate to ease the pain, many turn to harmful escapes like alcohol or drugs, but only to find that these temporary fixes lead to even bigger problems. And for some, the weight of it all becomes so overwhelming that they start to feel like the only way to end the suffering is to end their own lives. And it's in these moments of pain that we become unbearable, and without the love, support, or understanding they need, people often feel trapped in a downward spiral, wondering if they'll ever be seen or valued for who they really are. So how do we overcome these feelings of inadequacy? How do we come to the realization that we are indeed enough, more than enough, and that our lives are important and valuable? You see, the truth is you have everything you need to face the obstacles in your life and achieve the goals that are set before you. You see, Ephesians 2:10 reminds us, for we are God's handiwork, created in Christ Jesus to do good works which God prepared in advance for us. This message means that you were crafted with a purpose and intention. You were made for greatness. No opinion or setback can change the fact that you are more than enough in God's eyes. Furthermore, in 2 Corinthians 12:9-10, the Apostle Paul shares a profound insight. But he said to me, my grace is efficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weaknesses. Therefore, I will boast all the more gladly about my weaknesses, so that Christ's power may rest on me. That is why, for Christ's sake, I delight in my weaknesses, he says, in insults, in hardships, in persecutions, in difficulties, for when I am weak, then I am strong. You see, these words should give us comfort because they assure us that God's love and grace are all we need. In times when we feel we are not enough, God reminds us that our weaknesses are not our shortcomings, but opportunities for his strength to shine through us. When we are in our most troubled places, at our lowest points, he steps in to help us realize that our vulnerabilities make us strong. You see, the world and our family and our job may sometimes make us feel worthless or inadequate. But in God's eyes, we are more than enough. What you might think is not significant is actually more than enough. More than anything could ever know, because God is with you. He strengthens you when you are at your lowest moments, empowering you to rise above any challenge. You see, remember, your worth is not determined by external opinions or circumstances. It's grounded in the unchanging truth that you are valued and loved by God. Embrace this reality and let it inspire you to see yourself through his eyes. A masterpiece created with purpose, strength, and endless potential. Think of life like running on a treadmill that never stops. No matter how fast or hard you run, the speed keeps increasing and you never allow to slow down or rest. You give everything you have, but no matter how much effort you put in, it feels like you're still in the same place, no closer to the destination of feeling valued or appreciated. And the people watching you, your co-workers, family, or friends, they keep turning up the speed, expecting more while never acknowledging how far you've come or the exhaustion you're feeling. You see, but God's perspective is different. While the world may keep raising the expectations and turning up the pressure, God steps in and presses the stop button. He doesn't measure your worth by how fast you run or how much you achieve. He reminds you that you are already enough just by being who you are. His handiwork created you with love and purpose. And in moments when you feel weak or worn out, he gives you the strength to keep going. Not through more effort, but by his resting in his grace. You see, just like you don't need to keep running on a treadmill to prove your worth, you don't need to meet the impossible standards of others. Your value is already set in God's eyes, and he is the only one who can truly measure your worth. Now, this is navigating through life with God. Stay blessed. If you're finding inspiration in my episodes, please share amongst your friends and rate and review to wherever you listen to your podcast at. It goes a long way into helping the channel grow. Stay blessed.